That's what we came for. Bro, it's big, bro. It's big. Woo. Yeah, baby! Dude, we should probably anchor up right out there. Alright, we got the baits out before the sun's coming up. That is beautiful. But like I said, we're out here just trolling plugs again. We're using Nomad deep diving lures and Yozuris on top. Nothing crazy. We're gonna troll this edge here off of Boyne, try and catch a wahoo or a king or anything that'll bite one of these lures, and then we might head offshore and look for some mahi, and then might end the morning with some bottom fishing. We'll see what happens. All right, we got a rib that we're trolling on. We got flying fish and birds. Not sure if you can see it, but when you're trolling, big one's fucked up. When you're trolling, you always want to look for something, whether that's a weed line, a rib, birds, current changes, all kinds of stuff. So that's what we were looking for. So we just seen flying fish, birds, this rib. There's a lot of good signs, and we're hoping for a bite soon. All right, we've been messing around trying to catch bait, and we just came out to the ledge and got a nice blue runner we're gonna throw out, and caught some little lanes, keeper size lane snapper we might use for bait too, and caught a sand tile fish, otherwise known as a slippery dick. They're actually really good to eat, so might be doing a catch, clean, and cook sand tile fish. Hooked up. As soon as it gets to the bottom, I'm hooking up every time. This is a better fish. This could be a nice trigger, little mutton, or a runner. It's getting easier to reel as he comes up, so I'm gonna guess it is not. Trigger. What happened to the other one? You still got him, or?
Yeah, that right.
They
No, something's on my rig.
Yeah, reel. Doubled up. Spencer's got one there. I got something on here. This is on a sabiki rig. Big sabiki rig. Up here on the inside. Trigger. It's a big fish. No, he's pulling drag. Feels like a mutton. Yeah, it could be. Probably blue runner.
No, that boat coming out is badass right now.
Contender.
Okay. God, what a terrible mixer. This is the worst bag of fish you've ever had for.
Trigger, slippery dick combo, baby. Trigger, slippery dick combo meal right there. That's what we came here for, boys. That's what we came here for. Trigger and a slippery dick. You hold this on me real quick. I need to, this is a thumbnail right here.
That's sad, bro.
So that's our thumbnail. Fish on. Oh, it's heavy. I think it's a double shitter. Could be a mutton. Probably a double shit. Little head shakes. Jesus. Slippery dick bite is on fire today, guys. We're doing a slippery dick catch, clean, and cook. That's just what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna feed it to my unsuspecting roommate and see what she has to say. Just an opinion of a non-fisherman eating some slippery dick. Slippery dick bite is on today. I'm gonna catch every single slippery dick in this ocean. It's either a slippery dick or a trigger, that's all there is. Double trigger! Double triggers! Damn, dude. All I'm saying is fuck snapper and grouper when you got unlimited triggers and slippery dicks around. Alright.
How many triggers this time you think?
Okay, they got a slippery dick here. Oh, we're actually on a good little line.
Thumper?
Oh yeah! How'd we know? How'd we know?
That's because that's literally all these things.
I'll freaking eat all of these damn things.
No, dude. Throw them all in the garbage.
I will eat them all. Oh! 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 Hey, I'm just happy I'm getting some rod bending action. What are you doing over there?
Are we gonna get chopped off now?
Feels like a trigger. Shit, double porgy, bro.
Oh,
double porgy.
Hey, nice.
Woo!
Yeah, dude.
Getting a lot of doubles. There's a lot of fish biting, dude. Double porgy. Those are actually decent sized little porgies. For the channel, bro. Woo! Nice blue porgies. Double porgy. Thanks. All right, hooked up again.
Nice hook you'll have.
Woo!
I think we're right out here.
Double yellowtails. Double trigger tails. Another double. Doubles for days today. Oh, feels like another trigger. Just doing my due diligence to keep the triggers in line. Oh, got off. Dude, I'm getting my rod bent, man. This is a fun day for me. This beats the shit out of trolling around not catching shit.
I look at the live baits and you guys know.
Well, yeah. All right. The big fish weren't biting, so it's about to be a trash fish catch, clean, and cook taste tester. There you have it, a bucket load of porgies, slippery dicks, and triggers. That's a fish, bro. I would reel. You don't think so? Reel. Is he on? Or is it the lane? Ah, fuck, I don't know. Another double. That's not a trigger.
What is it then?
Blue runner.
Let's run north a little bit. South. It's time to be here. What is it? Runner off 15. Runner is doing it.
Feels triggery or runnery.
Oh yeah, dude. Double runner.
That is a good bait one. Good size bait. A little one.
They're too big.
Hey,
Half that size.
give it 30 more minutes and put this little one out there for bait and run whatever you want to do, but the fish are biting, the little fish are biting every drop. That means the big fish are biting too. Oh yeah, it does. They all bite at the same time. When the fish are biting, the fish are biting. Oh, there he is.
Runner?
There he is.
How many runners, bro? 3 or 4 runners?
If it's a runner or a trigger, we can get the fuck out. Actually, we're on a good depth, but I feel you. If we gotta go, we gotta go. All right. So are you actually able to get work done after we fish?
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome. I struggle. What do you drink, coffee or something?
I'm not taking a nap for like that's what I'm doing. It's something simple. Like right now, I already did the plan. I just gotta do a little bit more on it. That's it.
Mutton.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Trigger?
Mutton. I'm gonna have to cut him free. Woo! All right. Got a mutton to add to the trash fish, but he's gonna get let go.
Back-to-back muttons here.
All right, guys. So here you have it. Our catch from yesterday. I let my buddy Spencer keep some of the fish, but basically we got 5 trigger fish, porgy, 2 slippery dicks, and a little lane snapper. The only reason we kept this lane snapper, he is legal, they only have to be 8 inches, but we actually used that for bait for a grouper, and he actually got eaten and spit, and we lost the fish, but and he had no scales or whatever, so we kept him. Anyways, trigger fish, these are great trigger fish. They're actually known to be very good eating. However, they're kind of a nuisance now on the reefs. Most of the other fish have been either caught or are hook shy. The triggers are really easy to catch and they jump on your bait as soon as you put any bait down. So we figured we'd, cut down on that population a little bit, because they're just every time you drop. We were out at Boynton Beach. Every time you drop a bait down, these things are on it, picking it apart. And then the slippery dicks, or I believe they're called sand tilefish. It's a species of tilefish, and they're rumored to be very good eating. I have eaten them before, and they are good. So we're gonna just do a little trash fish, catch, clean, cook, and taste test to see how they compete with the snapper. So without further ado, I'm gonna get on the fillet job, and definitely need to sharpen my knife up to these triggers. If you look, they have some really tough skin, so we're gonna try and cut them up. So first thing you want to do, I'm using an old knife because I don't want to ruin my nice knife on these trigger fish. So I'm just gonna make sure to sharpen it up real good. Let's go ahead and start with the trigger. Starting there by the head. Triggers can be tough to fillet, but just like any other fish, start up by the head and follow those bones down the back. Once you get through that meat, or once you get through that tough leathery skin, the knife will just glide right through it. All the way through the back. Oh no, he just shit all over me. Ooh. Yeah. Don't want to pierce the guts like I just did, or else they leak shit all over the place. Anyways, there you have it. Beautiful triggerfish fillet. And obviously you're going to go in there and just cut that meat right off the skin. One good thing about the skin being tough is that you can skin it very easily. Those pin bones out of there. Boom. Nice fillet. Right in the bag. The other side.
Jesus Christ. Come on. That right there is why I'm using an old knife. One thing I always do is pop the eyes out of the fish if you're dumping it in a local canal where it's gonna sit. That way it'll sink. If you don't do that, the fish won't sink to the bottom always, and it won't get decomposed naturally. It'll just sit there and float and be more like pollution rather than nourishment to the environment. Alright, up next we got a porgy. This is the smaller one. We caught 2 of these. I doubled up on them and I let Spencer have the bigger one. Porgy has nice white meat. It's a really mild flavored fish. I like putting some powerful seasoning on it to make it taste better. Without any seasoning, it's just like a real mild tasting fish. And I actually prefer, this is actually my least favorite of the fish we caught today. Most people would keep a porgy and not a trigger, but I like the trigger fish a lot better. Okay, next up you have the slippery dick, otherwise known as sand tilefish. If you ever seen golden tilefish and you look at their tail, very similar body style and tail to this fish, just the head is different. Golden tilefish are revered for their delicious white flesh, and slippery dicks are revered for being slippery and dick shaped. And no one knows that they're actually very good eating, in my opinion. Wait till you see this meat. It's kind of like the ugly cousin or whatever of the tilefish family. Small ones you won't get too much meat off of, but this is actually a good size one. I definitely wanted to keep him. A little bit of blood got on the meat there, but as you can see, that is some really nice white, gonna be flaky meat. It's a little soft, but not like squishy, like mushy. It's like kind of like spongy. It doesn't even really make sense, but what I mean is it'll hold together when you cook it. Make sure to get those pin bones out of there. I'm not trying to do that right here. I'm just trying to get out of here. So, fillet him a quick and easy way. Boom. Nice meat. Throwing all the meat in the same bag, but I'll have no problem identifying which fish is which because they are all different shapes. Alright, next up, little lane snapper. As you can see, he's got no scales. He was eaten by a big grouper, but Spencer cooped it up and lost it. Try to hook it too early. It's okay. But instead of a grouper, we still got our bait, a little lane snapper. So I was thinking about cooking him whole. Little snappers like this are pretty fun to cook whole, but just gonna knock the sides off him. Nice little fillet. Kind of want to leave the skin on as it's already scaled from that grouper, but we'll just take the fillets. Alright guys, finished filleting, and there you have it. That's about a 4 or 5 pound bag of fillets from a bunch of trash fish. And also, if you're wondering why I was poking those eyes out of those fish, here's an example. If you can see, that's a triggerfish I forgot to poke the eyes out of, and it's sitting there floating, whereas the rest of them are all sunk down to the bottom. That one floating is not going to get eaten by all the little catfish and microorganisms down on the bottom. It's going to just sit there and float and rot. So make sure to poke the eyes out of your fish if you care about the ecosystem decomposing the rest of that fish. That's why I come out to this fillet table instead of filleting in my kitchen and throw it in the garbage, because you got to give back to Mother Nature. If you take a fish, it means a lot to me to make sure the whole fish is used by eating it and by giving the body back to the ocean to use. So we'll see you in the kitchen. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We actually took all the fish meat from this trip, and we're combining it with the meat from the next trip we went on. We went with a bunch of friends and caught a bunch of fish, and we did a big fish fry with everybody. So if you want to see the cooking part of this video, it will be at the end of the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and you'll see that next video once I upload. Thanks again guys, we'll see you next time.